Hello everyone, Rurikhan here coming at you with another First Impressions video, and today we're going to be taking a look at Final Fantasy X HD. This is part of the collection Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD remaster versions that have come out for both the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita, and it was sent to me by Ecoplay Portugal so that I could have a look at it, tell you guys how I personally feel about this title. And before I actually went into the title itself, I wanted to show you guys the content that you guys will be getting if you purchase this bundle, I want to call it, because it's like 2 games plus a whole bunch of additional content. And what you're going to get is Final Fantasy X, the HD version, of course, Final Fantasy X Eternal Calm, which I've been doing a little bit of digging around. I haven't really played Eternal Calm. The only one I've actually spent time playing is Final Fantasy X HD. I haven't really touched any of the other stuff yet, because again, this is First Impressions. But yeah, you get Final Fantasy X Eternal Calm, which according to some research that I did online, is mostly kind of like a cinematic, almost. It's not really cinematic, how should I put this? I guess it's like an interactive cutscene that bridges the gap between Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy X-2. And then you also get Final Fantasy X-2 after that, of course, and Final Fantasy X-2 Last Mission, which I'm not exactly sure what that is, but it's probably some end game post-Final Fantasy X-2. Then you also get credits and bonus audio for, I assume that it's credits for the people who did the whole remastering and all that other good stuff for this title. But we're going to be starting off with Final Fantasy X. As a matter of fact, we're going to be focusing essentially on Final Fantasy X HD, because that's pretty much the title that I've been playing. Now, this title, I get a feeling that this is mostly going to be for the hardcore fans of this title, because I feel that this is mostly for the people who are going to get that nostalgic feeling of having played this game before, because this is a PlayStation 2 title. So it is, I don't want to say it's old, but it's definitely not recent. And the graphics are actually looking pretty good, but the game still feels rather dated because of the limited technology that was available to them at the time of the PlayStation 2. At least that's the way I personally see it. I mean, it looks good, it doesn't look bad, but it still feels dated. And you guys will see what I mean once we actually get into the title here. I'm going to skip the intro cinematic, and we're going to be loading onto a game that has a fight right from the get-go. This is very early into the game, and before we get into the fight, I want to tell you guys about the story so far, for those of you who are curious about the story of this title. So let's just get through this loading. There are plenty of loading screens, but luckily enough, at least they aren't very long. They don't take up too much of your time, but they do pop up quite often. So this is your character. The name of the character is Tidus, Tidus. Although I kind of changed the name, but you can change the name of this character to whatever you want, really. So mine is called Rurikhan. And what has happened to this guy since the start of the game, like just briefly sum things up, is he is in a town called Zanarkand, and he is like a star player of a sport that's called Blitzball. So he's in Zanarkand and he's preparing for this big match, and during that big match, an entity or a being or whatever you want to call it, with the name of Sin, shows up and just thrashes the entire town. Now, there's also another character that's there, which he apparently knows, and it's kind of an ominous character. They don't reference him too much, but that character shows up and he seems to be somewhat responsible for what's taking place. And then it's all a little bit confusing at the start, but basically your character gets absorbed by this Sin thing and he shows up in a different place. And basically that different place just happens to be 1,000 years into the future after the destruction of his home city of Zanarkand, or whatever. And then eventually you navigate your way and you find yourself together with a group of people that you will be finding here pretty soon. But that's kind of like all the backstory you guys really need to know. I also don't want to spoil anything for the newcomers to the series. But once again, this is how you play. There is no camera rotation or anything like that. At the moment, we're supposed to be headed to a Blitzball tournament, which I still haven't seen the whole Blitzball mechanic, which I believe you can do. You can actually play Blitzball as a little mini game in and of itself throughout this title. But yeah, we were doing a race with some of our buddies, and we were just like all having fun and stuff, and this happened.
Everyone, quick! Sin spawn!
Okay, and straight into battle so that you guys get an idea of how battle works. So this is turn-based combat. I mean, it's a Final Fantasy title. It is kind of to be expected. I think not too many Final Fantasy titles actually have real-time combat, but this Final Fantasy actually reminded me quite a bit of Final Fantasy VIII, which was the one Final Fantasy title in which I spent quite a few hours. Never finished it though. But yeah, so you get to attack, you get to do a special attack type of thing, which the only thing I have available on this character right now is cheer. Other characters might have like special skills or something like that, depending on the way you level them up. I will show you guys how to level up these characters after this particular fight. And then there's also, what do you call those spells? Well, we'll see about the spells. I can't really remember the proper name of that. But anyways, this is our enemy right in front of us, so we are going to attack it. But this enemy has a little bit of a trick. So if you guys notice here, as we target the enemy, it says it is vulnerable to magic. But if you notice the cinematic introducing this particular creature, you would have noticed that there were other enemies, namely these tentacles right here. And it says here, these tentacles will absorb the magical attacks performed on the main boss. So obviously, you want to get rid of these tentacles ahead of time. So we're going to be performing just a standard attack here. So that's how the standard attack works. Now the computer gets to have his turn. The order in which the turns take place seems to be decided on some form of initiative. You guys can see the order there. So right now I'm playing this lion-looking dude. I believe that the race that he is called a Ronso. And then we will be playing our black mage. So in order to start things up, I'm considering my options here. I think I'm going to go after the same tentacle that we went with the other character. So let's go for that. Try to get rid of that as fast as possible so that we can dish out some magic damage on that thing. So this character is really good for magic damage. So I think I'm going to save her. And you can switch characters in between. You can switch characters in the middle of the fight, and the characters just come out ready. There's no penalty for doing so, which is actually something that I really like, being able to switch out characters, because I remember in Final Fantasy VIII, something that really annoyed me was the fact that, like, oh, you have to pick these characters and you kind of had to stick with them for a certain amount of time, and then you can pick and choose at, like, you know, safe spots and stuff like that. And I do like the fact that the party is traveling together and you get to switch between characters at leisure. Now, bear in mind, I know that I'm going over the game mechanics and all that, and there's probably a lot of people that are like, I know exactly all about that. Because, like I said, this is an old title, and a lot of the people that are going to be interested in it are going to be the hardcore fans that have a nostalgia feeling towards it. But I also want to introduce this title to possibly newcomers to the series, so just kind of bear with me here for a while. So as I also said, some characters will have special skills, like for instance, she has the skill to extract mana. If you see the number next to extract mana, that's how much mana it costs to cast that specific spell. Actually, I didn't really understand what extract mana does. Makes one enemy drop mana spheres. Ah, that's what that does. Okay, but it doesn't really... wait. I'm an idiot. I'm a complete idiot. I thought this thing did something completely different. I thought I would be able to drain mana off the enemies, but no, I guess not. Mana spheres are used to level up your character, just in case you guys are curious. But this is how you do magic. For instance, this caster gets to do black magic, and she can do fire, thunder, blizzard, water. And what happens is this game is one of those games that also has elemental, how should I put this, elemental oppositions, kind of. So, for instance, fire is strong against ice, ice is strong against fire for attack purposes. Thunder is strong against water, and water is strong against thunder. So if you attack a thunder enemy with thunder, it's not going to do anything. If you attack a thunder enemy with water, it's going to deal a significant amount of damage. But like I said, we're going to switch this character out. We can press L1 at any point in time, and we can switch to another party member. We have two more party members. We have Yuna. Yuna is a summoner. She can actually summon a really powerful creature, and I do believe that she is going to be able to summon other creatures. We will talk about summons when I perform a summon, which I will during this fight. And then we have Waka. Waka, who is also a Blitzball player. As a matter of fact, he brings Blitzballs to the battlefield. So let's summon good old Waka here. And let's perform an attack on this tentacle so that you guys can see him throw the ball. It's actually really funny. This is how he attacks. He throws balls, okay? Don't judge the man. Anyways, we're going to do a special here with my main character. We're going to do a cheer that is going to buff attack and defense of the whole party. There we go. And now the enemy gets to have his turn, going to smack on me for a little bit. So the way that I like doing this fight is first to take out the tentacles, because as it is said, the tentacles are supposed to absorb the damage from the magical damage that we perform on the boss. And after we take out the tentacles, I'm going to probably summon in the summoned creatures so that you guys can see that. But for now, it doesn't seem that Waka can actually do all that much against these guys, because the damage was pretty damn pitiful. So sorry, Waka, you're out of here, and let's put Lulu? Yeah, let's put Lulu back in. And let's go ahead and just do some black magic on it. Look, you want to absorb something. Wait, I think that this guy attacks with water, right? Let's try some lightning. There you go. Have some thunder. That actually didn't do that much damage. I think these guys are actually weak to fire. So, how much health? Wait, oh, the other thing died. Okay, so now we only have that one left. Actually, instead of that, this character can do a special attack, which is Lancet, which actually drains health from the enemies and fills them back up, which is pretty good. So let's go ahead and do that. He also can regain his mana points that way. Now let's go ahead and attack this tentacle, get rid of it as fast as we possibly can. And we're going to get attacked by it again. Let's hope we don't get poisoned, because that is something that is a little bit annoying, dealing with poison. I don't want to do dark attack, I just want to do special Lancets here. There you go. And now let's do... Is it still alive? It's got 90 hit points. Well, it's going to be a waste of a black magic, but the hell with it. Take that. Boosh! As you can see, fire a lot more effective on the boss there. Now, the thing is, this character isn't really going to be... This character that I have on right now isn't really going to be all that efficient against this boss. So, I might just replace him with Yuna right now. And I'll probably get a heal off for starters, because eventually we're going to just summon the Eon. Let's go with Cure on Lulu. Well, she doesn't really need it that much, but just to keep her fully topped off. Because this boss will start dealing a decent amount of damage pretty soon here. Let's go with the special Lancet, because the boss is mostly vulnerable to magic. So if I do attack it, particularly he's got like that strong shell in front of him, it's probably going to do crap for damage. Very well. Oh, we actually get Overdrive with Lulu. Okay, that's good. So Overdrive is, guys will notice that beneath each character's hit points and mana points on the lower right corner, you guys will notice that there's like a yellow bar there, and in Lulu's case, it is completely full. Now this bar fills up as you attack and as you receive damage from the bosses, and once it maxes out, you get to access Overdrive, and Overdrive is like an ultimate limit break ability or something like that. And in this particular title, you have to be really careful when you use Overdrive, because you got to be prepared to do like a mini game of some sort, because usually that you have to do that for every character. And the first time I actually casted Fury for Fire Fury with Lulu, I actually messed it up because I wasn't ready for what the event was. But if I remember correctly, it's basically spinning the right analog stick. So let's go ahead, try to get that done. As you can see, she's charging up the special attack, and now you have to spin the right stick round and round and round and round and round and round. Wow, that was actually... Wow, keep going. Ah, that was pretty good. I think the boss is now going to open up. There we go. Hello, good sir. How are you been doing this? How are you doing this fine day? For starters, I'm going to replace him back with this character. And the reasoning is because I want to make sure that they are fully buffed with Cheer. I'm not exactly sure how many turns Cheer lasts, or how do you actually see that, but I wanted to make sure that these characters were buffed, and when we get to Yuna, I'm going to call in the summon. So, summons work very differently from what I remember in Final Fantasy VIII, because Final Fantasy VIII, you could call in your summons, I believe you called them like G-Forces, if I'm correct. Can't remember, it's been a long time ago, so go ahead and judge me and call me a noob in terms of Final Fantasy lore and all that. But basically what the G-Forces did is they came in, they made one big attack, and that was it. In Final Fantasy X, what happens is the summons actually stick around, and they replace your entire party for a little bit. He's got 725 hit points and 24 mana points, so he's going to be replacing your party for as long as he's on the battlefield. Now, what are we going to do here? Well, considering that this guy is vulnerable to magic, for starters, we're going to start with a Sonic Wing because we do have 2 turns. If you guys notice over there on the upper right, you'll notice that you have the turns there. Those S's signify the summon, so we got 2 turns of summon right now. Then it's the boss, then summon, then boss, then summon, and so forth. But we're going to start Sonic Wings because what this does is it actually slows down the boss's initiative or something because his turns become slower. So there you go. And after that, we're going to go for some Black Magic Fire, and I'm just going to be spamming Black Magic Fire all out on this guy for as much as I can, because he does seem to be vulnerable to fire. Okay, he's going to spew Venom, and we're immune. I wasn't aware that the summon was immune to Venom. That's always good. Let's go ahead for some more Black Magic Fire. I also think that the boss was immune to our attack, wasn't he? The Sonic Wings thing. Couldn't remember if he was immune or not, but he's going to be casting water, which didn't really affect us at all. Let's go for another hit of fire. Take that, you fiend. Staccato, that's going to do like 100-something damage. The thing about Staccato is that I've noticed when I was fighting it earlier is that it actually is an AoE attack, so it doesn't affect us all that much. So let's go ahead with another bounce of fire. And if you notice, we're filling up our like overdrive bar really fast there, so hopefully we'll get there soon. Boom! Just as I said it, overdrive. Now, for the summon, the overdrive is actually not a minigame. For this particular summon, at least, you just like perform it. It's Energy Ray, you get a cool animation, and you deal a ton of damage. Now, the thing is, it seems that the boss is going to have 3 turns. That's going to suck. Let's hope we actually kill him, because otherwise he's going to kill our summon, I think. Take that. Overkill, bitch. Can't touch this. Wow, this was actually a lot better than the first time I fought it. Then again, obviously second time I kind of know my strategies a little bit more. But damn, this time I didn't even have to cast Insuna, not even once, which is the spell that cures poison. So that was pretty efficient, if I can say so myself.
Yeesh. Sorry about that. Hope to break you in a little slower.
Being a guardian's tiring.
You handle yourself pretty well. You got talent.
Hey. So, what are these sin spawn anyway?
Fiends. They fall from Sin's body and are left behind in its wake.
Leave him alone and Sin comes back for him. You gotta be quick.
That moment when Waka told me I had talent in battle, I think that was when I started seriously considering becoming a guardian.
So this is what happens after each battle. You get AP, which I'm not even exactly sure what AP stands for. I know, guys, I'm a complete noob when it comes to Final Fantasy, so sorry about that if you guys are offended or something. Then you get these spheres, and I'm going to tell you guys about what each of these spheres actually is. So let's go into the level up menu so that I can show you guys how you can actually level up. And let's go into my character, Sphere Grid. Now, those of you who recently played Path of Exile might be familiar with something a little bit like this. You guys might be like, whoa, they completely ripped that off of Path of Exile. It's completely the opposite way, actually, because obviously Final Fantasy X, being a lot older than Path of Exile, was probably the first ones to use this particular system. Now, the way that this works is actually fairly complex, and I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to explain to you guys properly, but my character is here. And what you got to do is you can click here and you can click move. And once you click move, depending on your level or whatever, you can move to certain positions in the tree. And what you want to do is when you move to a position, you can then activate stuff around that position one jump away. So for instance, if I was to move over here where it says raises evasion by 2 points, I would be able to activate this, basically the point where you're at. I would be able to activate this that raises strength by 1 point. I would be able to activate haste, and that was pretty much it. You can activate anything that is one jump away once you move. Moving does not do much. What you need to do is after you move, you need to activate the nodes in order to actually get the benefits. So I've been thinking with this character, I wanted to go to haste. I don't even know if it's that good because I don't even know what it does. I'm not exactly sure if there's a way to see what it does, but we're going to be moving there. Yes, and after you move there, you can then start using these different spheres. Now, power spheres will activate for strength, defense, and HP nodes, which means that with a power sphere, I can activate this, which increases my strength by 1 point, which again, I'm not entirely sure if that's a good thing or not. Then you can use an ability sphere, which will teach us haste, which is something that I wanted to get. And here we also have, what is this particular node? Well, I guess it's probably an evasion node, right? Yeah, we get this evasion node, and there we go. Now, I do believe that we can move again, assuming that we have enough points. Yeah, we can still keep moving. And then we can go to a node where it has more stuff that we want to activate. Like, for instance, we have this, extract speed. What else we got? We got, oops. Sorry, it's very, very confusing, even for me right now. Raise agility by 2 points. Raises strength by 1 point. Mana points. So much stuff. Decisions. Stuff that I should have prepared for ahead of time. But I do want to keep moving forward. We're probably going to go for these agility nodes. What's here at the very end? Oh, I can't actually go there yet, so I don't even know. What's here? This is what I was looking for. Magic by 3 points. Yeah, I wanted to make this guy more of a melee type dude. So, yeah. I'm just going to go ahead and do a little bit of level up. I think you guys get the basic idea of how you level up. I'm going to go ahead and level up all my characters because I haven't done so yet. And then I will cut back to that point once we're done there. Okay, and that completed the leveling process for us there. Now let me just show you guys how you can equip your characters. It's very, very simple. You just go to equip, you select the character, you select the weapon that you want to equip. You can see the abilities there. It's a very simplistic system. Each character gets 2 items of equipment, and at least at this point, I'm not sure if that changes at some point. I'm going to switch her to Thunder Moomba because it just seems like it would be cool. I believe that I picked up something new for Yuna, which was, there was the Rod of Wisdom. Oh no, it was a halberd, so it was actually for Kimari. We got the Hunter's Spear, which has Sensor and Piercing. We picked up the halberd, which got Piercing and Strength. And we have another one which gives us Piercing and Dark Touch. To be honest, I'm going to go with Piercing and Strength, but I don't really know the best stuff for this title yet. Let's just check if Waka's got something new. Nope. Still got the Scout. No armor. Then you can see the statuses for your characters. You can see the Aeons. Right now we only have Veil 4. It tells you all these stats about it. You can select your battle formation. Right now we have Rurikhan, Lulu, and I just leave it as is because you can swap in characters. You can swap characters in and out. It's not a big deal. But yeah, hopefully you guys kind of got a good idea about the leveling system. I'm sorry. I know that I'm not the most experienced person to talk about it, but let's move onwards.
So, they got fiends in Zanarkand too?
Just a few. It's a big deal when one shows up, though. Hey, since when have you believed me about Zanarkand anyway?
I've been thinking, maybe people sin gets to don't die. Maybe sin carries them through time, like 1,000 years through time. And then one day, maybe they just pop back, see?
Amazing. Simply amazing. You make up one theory after another, refusing to face the simple truth. Sin didn't take Chappu anywhere. Sin crushed him and left him on the Jose shore. Your brother won't just pop back. Oh, and one more thing. No matter how much you want it, no one can take Chappu's place. No one can replace Sir Jekt, for that matter. And there's no replacement for Lord Braska, either. It's pointless to think about it. And sad.
I could never be what Chappu was. Well, stuff happens. Best not to worry.
Waka, Lulu, and Waka's brother, Chappu. Something had happened between them a long time ago. I was sure of it. Well, whatever it was none of my business, that's for sure. Best not to go there.
Chappu was Waka's brother, in case you guys don't know the storyline, and apparently he died during a sin attack. So as you guys can see throughout these cinematics that we've seen so far, the game does look a bit dated. Obviously, I mean, this game is old regardless of the HD remastering and all that stuff, but I still feel it still plays nice, and it's got a decent enough storyline that those of you who are into the whole Final Fantasy vibe can probably get into. Looks like there's going to be a Blitzball match now. At least I assume that's what's going to happen.
You here to pray for victory too?
Us? Pray? Who needs to pray? The Luca goers always win.
Oh yeah? Then why you here?
We've been praying for some competition this year.
So what's your goal this time? You gonna do your best again? Ha! It's too bad your best isn't good enough. Why even bother showing up?
This time, we play to win.
Ooh, play away. Just remember, even kids can play, boys.
See you in the finals!
We'll beat them. We have to.
You know that team?
Putting people down. They're as bad as my old man.
But Sir Jekt was a kind and gentle man.
Well, not my Jekt. Even 10 years after he left. Just thinking about my old man got me angry. But maybe that was just my way of keeping him... Nah.
Okay, let's carry on onwards and see what other events take place here. Because at this point, I haven't really seen anything else from the game myself. I just did that one fight, and I just wanted to show you guys some decent combat as well as some decent cinematics. Doesn't look like we've gotten any cutscenes though, which is a shame. The cutscenes also look very, very good. You guys know about Final Fantasy cutscenes, at least I would assume. I'm just checking out this place, exploring, seeing if there's any collectibles. There's a race in here which are called the Albed or Albeg, and you're supposed to collect all of these books that you find on them, and those books will actually help you understand their language. Okay, so these circle balls that you guys see right here, these are actually save points. So whenever you see one of these, you should probably go ahead and save your game to make sure that you don't lose any progress. If you happen to die or something along those lines. And let us move onward. You done praying?
Lord O'Holland, guide our feet.
Our feet. Let's go ahead and pray, fine. They are very religious. At least the lore makes everyone that you meet seem very religious in this particular game. Wow.
A summoner, are you?
My name is Yuna, from the Isle of Besaid.
Donna? So, you're High Summoner Braska's daughter. That's quite a name to live up to. My. And all these people are your guardians? My, what a rabble. As I recall, Lord Braska had only 2 guardians. Quality over quantity, my dear. Whatever were you thinking? I have need of only 1 guardian. Right, Bartello?
Your guardian looks like Frankenstein.
I only have as many guardians as there are people I can trust. I trust them all with my life. To have so many guardians is a joy and an honor. Even more so than being my father's daughter. Of course, I would never think of questioning your ways either. So, Lady Donna, I ask of you, please leave us in peace.
You do what you want, Bartello, we're leaving.
Well, that was sudden.
A guardian is someone a summoner can rely on. Someone she can trust with her life. I wondered, did Yuna feel that way about me? What's she smiling about?
Okay, let's see what else we got. I assume that we're going to go at least do a little bit of blitzballing because I've never done the whole blitzball thing yet. So that'd be cool if I could at least show you guys a little bit of that.
The faith is below. Let's do it.
The faith?
But first, the Cloister of Trials. Kamari, Waka, ready?
Strength, everyone.
No! Ah! Hey, what gives?
You're not a guardian yet.
Aww.
We'll be back as soon as we can, okay?
Oh, sure, soon. Like tomorrow soon, I bet.
Aw, now that's just mean. That is just flat out mean. I don't suppose I can follow them. Wait, the elevator's gonna come back up, right? I'll just follow them regardless. Like, I don't give a damn. Maybe the elevator does not come back up. Aha! Let's go.
Where's Yuna? Then why are you here?
Hey, I'm not a guardian, so I'm not supposed to go in, right?
Not a guardian, you say?
Ooh, the corruption.
Hey, wait! Ah! Let me go!
Get your ass in there.
Hey! What's the big idea?
Now the elevator goes down.
Just a little game.
Huh? This is bad. Really bad.
Now, something that you guys probably notice is also that the fact that all of these textures are in high resolution and all that, they also show some of the shortcomings of the original title because back in the days of standard definition,
Only guardians
you
allowed.
could
And I'm sure no guardian. Well, I guess it's too late now.
get in there like a boss. Oh, this is one of the puzzle areas. I remember these. So basically you have to get these spheres and place them on those sockets. But just before that, I'd like to complete my train of thought here, which was back in the days of standard definition, there was a lot of stuff that didn't require to be that high definition because that didn't require, you know, like high resolution textures or anything like that, because the standard definition itself was very forgiving. And when you upscale all those textures, and not just upscale, but some of them were redesigned and remade and whatever, it actually shows a couple of shortcomings here and there. But nothing is too immersion breaking, I would say. Removed Kilika Spear. And now we put, I keep saying spear instead of sphere. I don't know why. Probably should go get some sleep or something, but who cares? Let's go for it. Insert sphere. These are some puzzle sections that you will also have to go through in the game every now and then. Okay. It's still locked though. So what am I supposed to do? Secret passages somewhere? No? Maybe I can remove the sphere? What happens now? Oh, interesting. That means I can take it with me and I can put the sphere back here. Go for it. But yeah, I think at this point you guys get a pretty decent idea of what Final Fantasy X is all about. If you guys like the footage that you guys have been watching, most likely you will enjoy Final Fantasy X. If you are a fan of the original Final Fantasy X, I do believe that you will more than likely enjoy this title if you are planning on replaying it, since it does have a lot of additional content. It's got the high-res stuff. It's at 1080p. The graphics look nice. The cinematic cutscenes, even though you guys haven't really seen one, which is a shame, they look really good as well. So there really is no going wrong unless you're not up for it, basically. I mean, if you're not a big Final Fantasy fan, or you're not at all moved by what you've seen on screen, then it probably might just not be for you. But anyways, as per usual, make sure to leave me your comments, feedback, and all that kinds of good stuff in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.